Welcome to PG-DND. As always, we are a family-friendly show, so there will be no overt violence or swearing. For this little one-shot, we are doing a Halloween special. This is our not Harry Potter Hogwarts Halloween special. So I hope that everybody enjoys, and we have no intro, so let's get into it. Okay, you are all fifth years. This is your fifth year at Hogwarts, and we are going to begin with a couple months into the semester, your first semester here at Hogwarts this year, and all of you are currently leaving the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. And as you are all walking out from this lesson that you have been learning by Professor, what's his name? Ollie Corals, the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, a little nerdy guy, small demeanor. You overhear one of the Hufflepuff girls, Ginger Taurus. She is talking to one of her friends, Zinc Cups, and...
Slow down.
Okay.
A lot of
Sorry.
names.
Yeah.
They're... Ginger Taurus. Ginger...
Wait, what
And
was the
Z.
Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher's name?
Ollie Corals. Ollie Corals.
Ollie Corals.
And this is his first year teaching
This
here,
is
right?
his first year, as always. Always.
As always, yes.
Probably his last too, as well.
And are both of
They
these
never
girls
last more
Hufflepuff?
than 1 year.
Both of these girls are Hufflepuff.
What are their names?
Ginger Taurus and Zinc Cups.
Look, who has the last name Cups?
Zeke
What?
does, duh.
Zinc does.
Yeah.
Her
okay.
family, well-known cup makers. She's a Muggle-born girl. So, as they are leaving the class, you overhear Ginger saying to Zinc, "Did you hear about the Ravenclaw boy? He's gone missing." And Zinc replies, "And who would that be?" And Ginger says, "Well, Clay Buttons. They said he was snooping around some of the restricted areas, and now he's gone. Nobody's seen him in weeks."
Sean, overhearing this, he's kind of with a couple of his friends.
Okay.
All Gryffindors. Sean is a tall, ruddy-faced, sort of sandy red-haired half-blood Gryffindor with his tie just a little loose, as always. Sean speaks kind of loudly so that everyone in the proximity can hear him, but he's talking to his friends. His friends' names are Charles, and Cynthia. And he says, "Well, I'd say Clay deserved what he got coming to him. You know, always investigating the dark arts and such. I say good riddance."
Ginger, upon hearing this, turns around to you. "He was not investigating any dark arts. Not that
Well,
I
then
know
why-
of. Who'd you hear that from?"
Well, then why was he going around the restricted section?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he was for sure or not.
Well, that's what you heard. That's what I heard. And all I'm saying is that Ravenclaws are too smart for their own good. They need to keep their noses out of knowledge that they shouldn't be having.
Maybe they're right.
Says the Gryffindor.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
You know
As I kind of
exactly
turn
what it
around
means.
and as I kind of turn around and puff up my chest a little bit.
Remind me what your name was again, Jefferson.
Sean.
His name's Jefferson.
My name is Jefferson. My character's name is Sean.
Okay, but now here's the real question. How do you spell Sean?
Sean.
Oh.
As the good Lord intended.
I knew it'd be a
The
dumb
the
way.
wrong way to spell Sean.
The correct way to say
Our
it.
Lord and Savior, Albus Dumbledore.
He would have spelled it Sean. S-E-A-N. Oh yeah, what's that supposed to mean, Emmerich?
It just means that any of those Gryffindors just think they're better than everyone else.
I'll tell you what, Slytherin. I don't think I'm better than anyone else. I know I am.
Spoken like a true Gryffindor.
I'm gonna lean over to Zane is your name.
Arius.
Arius. Okay. I'm gonna lean over to Arius. Well, I kind of hope he goes missing next. As I kind of say it under my breath, but loud enough for Sean, for Sheen to hear.
Sean. My name is Sean. Sean, what sort of objects are in the proximity of us?
I would say that there is like big objects, small objects,
Any objects.
any object. I would say there's
Yeah.
some vases and flower pots, kind of along the wall of the courtyard as you're walking out of this class.
And are people like holding books and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Sean drops his books to the ground and he pulls out his wand. Sorry, I'm making this hostile right out the get-go, but
No, it's great.
you gotta be a Gryffindor.
Just like a Gryffindor would.
Just like a Gryffindor would. Sorry.
Nice
But
one,
we're the
Jack.
bullies of the school. So, I drop my books and I pull out my wand. It's a U wand with a phoenix core, very ornately.
Of course, it's
Design.
a Phoenix core. You just think you're better than everyone, huh?
I know I am. And I give a swish of a flick of my wrist, and I'm gonna cast Opogno. And that's the attacking objects hex.
Okay,
What you-
make a magic check.
All right, I got a +2 in my magic.
Oh, Jefferson's first roll as a character.
And
It's PvP.
Yeah.
literally. And I rolled a 5.
Okay.
I had to really think
So-
if I wanted to use my luck on that or not. But
So, just real quick, just a little quick insert. We are using a system
Oh,
that
yeah.
is kind of a new take on the Powered by the Apocalypse. If you've used any of those systems, it is like a Harry Potter themed version of that. So basically, you roll 2d6s, and depending on what roll you get, it kind of tells you what happens. But you want to roll high. So it's like a 10 plus is a success, and then 7 to 9 is like a, what do they call them? Like a minor success where it has like drawbacks.
Yeah.
And then below that's a fail. And they also have like negatives and stuff. So
and it was created by David Brunel Britman. So let's shout him out because thank you for
Yes.
making this.
It is an
Um,
awesome system.
super
Very
simple.
simple.
maybe we'll even link it in the description below.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
should.
absolutely
So,
should.
100%
It's
free
phenomenal.
to access. It's really fun. Go check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super
and
easy.
Please.
Even if you are like a DM and you want to get a group of friends who have never played, this is a perfect introduction. It takes not even 15 minutes to create a character. It is a very, very simple, easy storytelling. The whole DM side of it is maybe like 5 pages. It's phenomenal. So go
And-
check it out.
And you can even like play this like if you're at a buddy's house or something and they don't even have D&D dice, crack open Monopoly, grab 2d6
Yes.
and just go for it, you know? Like
Yes.
I mean this requires very little.
Everybody's got,
accessible.
what's that game? Yahtzee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's got Yahtzee.
Everyone has Yahtzee.
So, thank you, David, for making an awesome game.
Thanks, David.
Hey, Sean, as you throw down your books, and what is
What?
that?
No,
If you do
amazing.
the double
Lost.
thumbs
You
up,
gave it.
Double thumbs up. Okay.
Wow.
Double thumbs up is a
That was
party.
phenomenal. So, Sean,
That's
as
for you,
you
David.
throw your books down on the ground and you whip out your wand and you go to cast this spell, somebody bumps into the back of you as everybody is filing out of this classroom. And just like that explosion that just happened with Zane's camera, there is just a fizzle of smoke and then a of just colorful nothingness. So go ahead and mark an experience.
Okay.
And how would that make you feel?
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
It was a pretty bad, like I rolled a 3 on the dice plus 2 magic.
Yes.
So I would contend that I could feel a number of ways. I could feel either embarrassed or angry. Angry that it didn't work, angry at my
Mhm.
compatriot, embarrassed that I failed, or I could like the spell could have backfired and I could have hexed myself.
Okay. And how would that look? What would that look like?
So the hexed condition is -1 to 1 trait of narrator's choice. So I think it would depend on what you choose. Would depend on what that looks like. If that's
Let's
what we're going for. But I'm like, I feel like those 3 would be what would happen in this scenario, and you can tell me which one it is.
let's go. I like that. Let's go with hexed.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d6. So you have a -1 to your bravery.
Oh no!
Yep.
Gryffindor without their bravery.
Oh.
You trying
Feeling
to
embarrassed, feeling like you just can't quite stand up how you used to be able to after this blunder.
you trying to start up a duel there?
I like sheepishly look around, kind of get up, dust myself off, pick up my books.
And I want to get really close to you, Sean. Now look. If you really want to duel, let's go for it. Meet me out back after class. We'll put up a real one, okay?
House war, everybody! House war.
Yes. At this point, everybody in the hallway kind of starts to give you 10 feet of space and is forming a circle around all of you.
I start going
what-
around taking bets from people on who they think is gonna win.
What is my what is our last class of the day?
Your last class of the day would be it would be scroll writing.
And that's like, what time of day is it right now?
It would be probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. So like in a few hours. Is scroll writing our next class? Or are there
Yes.
like a couple more? Okay.
Yep, starts in about 15 minutes from now.
I'm just curious, is scroll writing different from regular writing? Or is it
scrolls.
pretty similar?
Instead of
similar.
by pages,
Scrolls.
they go by
Scrolls.
By
So
turns,
instead
by
of skipping, it's actually easier.
by curls.
Instead of
Yeah.
skipping over, you just keep going.
yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
Yep.
There's no
Yeah.
page
They have a
numbers,
class
there's
for
just
that.
the one at the top. and it's
When you're
just-
done, you usually roll it up.
Nice. I kind of look around to see like how everybody's eyes are on me, and I know that I took a hit to bravery, but I'm gonna. Fine. You're on.
All right. We'll see who's
After
good
class. Behind the greenhouse. Filch doesn't go back there very often.
then. All right. I'm bringing
And-
Emerus. Or I am Emerus. I'm bringing Arius. Feel free to bring one of your
Emrys or
friends.
Emmerich?
Emerus, Zane's character. Arius. Oh my
Arius.
gosh.
Yeah.
And are you Emmerich or Emrys? Because you just
I'm
called yourself
Emmerich.
Emrys. Emmerich. Okay.
Gotcha.
And just then, Professor Quarles comes out of his class. Oh, what is going on out here? Break it up, everybody. Disperse. And he eyes the two of you. Do we have a problem here, gentlemen?
Nope, no problem here.
Then I suggest you move along.
And I'm gonna kind of help Sean kind of gather his things, and then I'm gonna give him back his his last book. I'm gonna kind of shove it at him, saying, "Now, don't you go running off, okay?"
Fine. And he just kind of like walks away briskly.
I love how you started out as the bully, and then I just ended up being the bigger bully.
Yeah,
What?
Gryffindor,
That's-
such
I mean-
bullies. I'm gonna bully you
I'm gonna
back.
bully him back.
That is Slytherin and Gryffindor. Like,
Yeah.
Gryffindor is
They're starting the
big
fights,
dogs on
and
campus.
Slytherin's
yeah,
gonna finish
and
them.
Slytherins are stepping up and fighting back. So I
Yeah.
don't blame
Yep.
you. I love it. It's great.
Okay, we're gonna end the scene there. You guys go to your writing class, and
Sean doesn't go.
Sean does not go. Okay. The rest of you go to your class. Where does Sean go?
Sean goes behind the greenhouse. And
Okay.
are there like any trees or stumps or anything back there?
Yeah, I would say there's a little grove of trees and a few stumps that have
Okay.
from trees that have been felled.
Yeah. Sean is gonna like pick a stump that maybe has like some green moss on it, or like is kind of like extra disgusting, and he's
Okay.
gonna like sort of like pace around it. He's like, "So you want a piece of me, Slytherin, huh?" And he's basically just gonna be practicing like his spells and stuff
Okay.
against this stump,
Okay.
hyping himself up.
So class has ended for the writing class. What are you two doing, Emmerich and Arius?
I'd probably be gathering up my things fairly quickly, so that I can get out and head over there before, I don't know, too long. I don't want to seem like I'm wimping out or whatever.
Okay.
But I'd make sure that Arius was keeping up with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys exit out of your classroom and you continue down the path through the courtyard and out to the greenhouses. And there you see Sean pacing around a stump, mumbling to himself.
Oi, Sean. Are you ready?
Charles would have kind of like followed you guys, my friend Charles.
Okay.
And like as you guys stood and asked if I was ready, he would have like pushed, like shouldered past you guys, like from behind, like in between the two of you. And I go, "Yeah, I'm ready."
Yeah, what you got, Emmerich?
I kind of like,
Emmerich?
yeah, like,
Every
Gosh,
time.
your
All the
names are so
names
close.
are everywhere. Well, should we get going?
I've been waiting on you.
Yeah, it looks like we're already here.
Thanks, Charles.
Now do I need
Arius.
to remind you that this is a dueling battle and not a kissing battle, you two. No funny business.
I'm gonna look at you with kind of a flabbergasted look and just be like, What are you talking about?
Don't look at me like that, Emmerich. You have to have my back.
You're the one who's supposed to have my back.
I'm trying here.
I lean over to Charles. I'm like, do you think they'll end up fighting each other?
I think if we sit here for long enough, they might.
Yeah, good plan.
All right. I'm
How
gonna
you
kind
guys
of
doing this? How you guys doing this duel?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll set my cloak down and I'll stand out. Or no, I won't set it down. I'll give it to Charles.
Charles takes it, throws it over his shoulder.
I kind of give him like a nod. Sean like rolls up his sleeves to like just below the elbow, loosens his shoulders a little bit. And he kind of like steps forward in the middle of this clearing with his wand up to his face. Well, come on then.
So we doing it the proper way then? I'm gonna take off mine, kind of toss it on the ground, walk up to you. Scared, Sean?
You wish.
all I can hear in my head is the duel of the fates. You walk out and they're like throwing their robes down.
I'm gonna take my wand.
Charles takes his wand out. No.
I actually have dual wands.
Nice.
Okay.
You have one
so
wand that breaks up.
there is a mechanic for dueling.
Let me see. Okay.
It should be on the magic moves section.
Okay, so I need you to both roll a bravery check.
I have a 0 now. What you got, Emmerich?
I just realized that I don't have dice. Give me half a sec.
That's fine. Pretty sure you have a crappy score as a Slytherin.
Emmerich realizes that he has not indeed pulled out his wand, but it is a quill. And he begins to pat himself looking for his wand.
You said bravery?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got an 8.
What do you got? What do you got, Sean?
I got an 11.
Oh.
Unmodified.
Sean, you are first to act.
So
Oh,
after we
bravery's not
put our
very
wands
good.
up, we do our paces. I get to the end and I turn around and
And this happens simultaneously. So Emmerich, you can decide what spell you want to cast, and then both of you guys let me know, and then we will have both of you roll at the same time to see.
Okay.
All right. And you see, I swish my wand like in front of my face and then up above my head like this, and I actually cast Protego Totalum, which is a shield area spell.
That's what I was gonna
Okay.
do.
For real?
Yeah.
Hey,
We have the same spell. That's funny.
Both of you roll a magic check.
Cause I rolled really low in bravery, and so I was like, all right, I'm feeling scared. That's what I'm gonna cast.
Sean rolled a 9.
Okay.
I also rolled a 9.
Ooh, okay, so you both get this your first spell off. As you both whip around your wands and stare at each other in bewilderment as both of you realize that you have just mimicked one another's moves. So you get to pick again. Like, of all the options, the fact that you both cast a defensive one, I was like,
It's
okay.
so funny.
And it goes off.
Yep. All right.
There's like multiple options of what can happen on a 7 to 9, but I was like, they're both defensive, so yeah.
Okay, I've got mine. You got yours?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, what is it? What is it, Sean?
You see, I lunge forward, casting Impedimenta, the slowing spell.
Mm.
And I rolled a 4.
Okay, what are you doing, Emmerich?
I am going to kind of put down this shield and say, all right, I'm done with that, and cast Stupefy.
Hey, go ahead and roll for
Oh
it.
my gosh, I got an 8.
Mark a point of experience, Jefferson.
Yeah. I've got 4 now.
Hey, you can cash those in right after this. So as you are going to cast this slowing hex on Emmerich, Sean, just a split second before you're able to get it off, he yells out, "Stupefy!" And you are hit with a wave of stun, and you fly backwards 5 feet and land on your back. I need you to roll a stand in the face of danger check. I need you to do a bravery for me.
That's a 7.
Hey, you are able to get up if you wish to.
Oh, I do.
Okay, I will let you get up, and we will. Do you guys want to continue?
Sean does. Is there, because he rolled like an 8 or a 9, is there any downside to what he cast?
I will say not on this one.
Okay.
Sean, you get to act again.
Am I cashing in my experience after this duel, or can I cash it in right now?
It depends. What do you want to use it for?
I was just going to increase my magic to 3,
Okay, yeah, that's
which
fine.
I was going to do regardless, so.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You coming up for more?
He barely touched me.
All right.
Good form, Emmerich.
And Sean is going to cast Diffindo, the cutting charm.
Ooh. Hey, roll for it.
That is a 10.
A 10.
Yep. It's a 7 on the dice plus 3 magic.
Hey, what are you doing, Emmerich?
I was going to cast... Oh my gosh, I totally blanked on the name. And I can't find it. What's the disarming one?
Expelliarmus.
Expelliarmus.
Expelliarmus. That's what I'm going to do, yeah. Don't know why I couldn't think of that. Oh, that'd be a 7.
Okay, Sean, or Emmerich, as you see Sean kind of hoist himself up, sit kind of down low, you raise your wand and go to cast Expelliarmus on him. But from the ground, leaping up, Sean casts his spell on you, and your Expelliarmus just shoots off into the distance, breaking one of the windows of the greenhouse, and his spell hits and gives you a gnarly gash on the side of your face. I'm gonna say that you have the injured condition.
Okay.
And now you are both again staring at each other in this moment.
What about
so
you?
you're playing dirty then?
Have you had enough?
They're gonna kill each other.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Okay. Yep.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay. Sean points down at the ground, switches his wand, and flicks it upwards towards Emmerich, and he's gonna cast Arbivicus, which is a plant growth spell. I'm gonna try and get these roots to like tangle him up so we can't cast a spell.
Okay.
And that is a 7.
Hey, what are you doing, Emmerich?
I'm gonna cast Quietus on him, so he can't speak.
Ooh.
I can speak just really quiet.
Hey, go ahead and go for it.
Oh my gosh, I hate these. I'm gonna have to go get new dice. These virtual ones have it for me. It's a 4.
Hey, so as both of you go to cast these spells at each other, you see the herbalist teacher burst out of this greenhouse and cast Finite Incantatum. And both of your spells fizzle into nothing. What do you think you're doing? Dueling behind my greenhouses? And you know this to be Margaret Bulwark. The herbology, that's the word I was looking for.
I was just defending myself.
He's the one. He's the one that challenged me to the duel.
I don't care who did it. Both of you, out here, in the free time, dueling each other, casting offensive spells. All 4 of you, detention.
You can't be serious.
Oh, Mr. Gallagher, I'm very serious. Now, can you walk yourselves to detention, or do I need to babysit you 4 and take you there myself?
I kind of like roughly grab the coat from Charles. Fine.
Fine, you'll go, or fine, you need babysitting, Mr. Gallagher?
Fine, I'll go. But listen. Charles didn't have anything to do with it. He came because I asked him to. Just make it me and the 2 snakes over there.
Is this true? Arius, did you have anything to do with it?
Yeah, I did.
Charles?
I'm kind of like looking at Charles like,
Charles glances over at you. No, I had nothing to do with it. All right then, be on your way. And just know that you're this close. Now the 3 of you. To detention.
As we walk away, I just I say, I just wanted to see how it ends.
This is how it ends, Mr. J.
Not with the
hang around.
teacher. Not with the
You
teacher.
hang around. Okay.
I assumed that all three of us were like walking to detention alone.
Okay.
or
Okay.
something.
Gotcha. Yep. Hey, so you all make your way to the lower levels to detention.
I love how you're like, here's a plot hook for you to follow. We're like, now we'll just fight each other.
We're just gonna
Completely fine. I am completely fine with that.
So as Arius says he just wanted to know how it ended, I would have replied, oh, trust me, you wouldn't have wanted to see it. I kind of like walk a little faster in front of those two.
And as you all get into detention, you see sitting in there one other student, Gerard Barpus.
Barpus?
Yep.
What house is Gerard Barpus?
Tyson's walls are falling down. Gerard is a griffin.
What year?
Second.
Gerard, what are you doing here?
I set up a. You know those little stink bomb pellets?
Oh yeah, the one that make you vomit the second you smell them.
Yeah, I set one off in the Great Hall.
Nice. How many people did you get?
15.
Oh,
It was well worth it.
And I kind of like hold out my hand to give him a high five.
Yeah, a bunch of those sneaking Slytherins.
Yeah, snake.
Got the whole lot of them.
Good. Too bad these two jokers weren't here. As I kind of like put my thumb up to the other two that are walking in.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, he's a second year. He should talk like this. I'm just a young
wee.
boy. I'm just a wee lad.
You're just a wee lad. Tweedledee and Tweedledum here. Challenged a Gryffindor to a duel.
And who won?
It was
We're still
undecided.
waiting for round 2.
Who do you think won?
As he's got a huge scut on his face.
Well, by the looks of it, I'd say Sean. Gosh, your accent is intoxicating.
I know.
Every character I've done is just slowly become Irish or Scottish.
I think my accent,
well.
I have not been able to nail it down literally because of that.
Sorry for it.
Yeah.
I just
feel
want
like
to talk.
I've done pretty good being consistent.
I just got to talk a little bit more like this.
Yeah, there you go.
If you need me to do this for us, I could do it for you.
That would actually help a little bit.
So just then, you see another Slytherin walk into the room. Emmerich, your brother Crane. Emmerich, what are you doing here?
What you
I'll
think
take
I'm
it
doing
back.
here?
That's Tweedledum.
I'm in detention again.
Hey, I could beat you in a duel, and you know it.
I
Well,
lean over. I lean over.
Not
to,
all of us are as good innately as magic as the other.
I lean over to Gerard and I'm like, apparently he's a savant.
Yeah, that's right.
With the ears of a hawk.
Yep. Sorry, did you say something? I was talking to my brother.
All right, let's get this over with. Who's our professor? I wonder where they're at. Is it kind of like look around?
You see a tall figure, very slender, dark, short hair, black robes walk in. This is Cornelian Vixen. He is the charms professor. If I have to spend one more moment coming to detention, especially seeing you all, as he motions towards you, Arius and Emmerich, I am tired of seeing you all here. But here you are again.
Come on, we're not that bad.
You are in here every other day. It's pretty bad.
Well, like I said yesterday, it wasn't me.
Yeah,
And yet
wasn't
here
him.
you are. Your words are like the wings of a bird. They flap and flap and flap. But yet you're still here.
that was kind of a weird metaphor, but
Crane,
okay.
Gerard, you're on scraping duty. Here's your buckets. Here's your scrapers. Get to it. You three, come with me.
Sean's been like leaning back in the chair, and you see like puts all four legs on the ground and slowly stands up. Do I have to?
Just be glad it's not latrine duty.
I take that over you two.
Oh, don't tempt me. But no, we're gonna go help in the library, reorganizing books.
You've got to be kidding me.
My
Books.
favorite.
Keep it up, Mr. Gallagher, and I will only extend this detention longer.
No, you're right. That was more excitement than anything else, Professor Vixen.
Yes, it
Hey,
seems
books.
so. Come along then. And he begins to lead the way back up to the library. And as you all get to the library, it's starting to get closer towards dinner time. You can see some students filing out, having been in the library to study. And you see almost nobody inside the whole entire library other than the very old librarian, Brookhearth. And she glances up at you. Oh, it's good to see you, Sean.
Pleasure to see you, Miss Azar.
Arius, I feel like I see you too much. You should really change your ways. Are you here to help organize the books?
I suppose
Don't
so.
you know it?
And Professor Vixen says, yes, they are. They are more than overjoyed to help you, Mrs. Harth.
Good, good. I'll show you where I want you to start, and you can all just go from there.
And Professor Vixen says, do you need me anymore? I have 2 more to attend to down in the detention room.
Oh, no. Go on ahead. I can handle this riffraff.
And Professor Vixen flips his cloak and begins to hustle back towards the detention room. Mrs. Harth leads you over to a few sections in the back corner of the library, kind of in the general area to where the entrance to the restricted area is, and she gives you some instructions of how to organize the books and how to categorize them and such. And then she says, if you have any questions, I'll be over at my desk doing some end of the day work. Don't hesitate to ask, and no riffraff in my library, young men. You hear me?
Oh, we're just here to study the books.
Organize them.
Organize them.
Mr. Dre.
Organized. I just love being around books, Miss Hart.
I am 87 years old, and sometimes I wonder if my ears work better than yours. Yes, Mr. Gallagher. Question.
I just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a Mr. Hearth, Mrs. Hearth? Does it kind of like wink at her?
You could be my great-great-grandchild. And yes, I'm happily married. That was your accent. Now, get to
It's
work.
infectious, I know.
It is. I'll give you that. Get to work.
And she makes her way, hobbles over back to her desk, and is busy organizing and doing paperwork and such. I'm assuming that you will all just begin to organize these books.
I'm gonna like peek over like back by this bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna sneak out my wand or attempt to.
Okay.
And I want to cast a spell sneakily.
Okay. Roll me a hide and sneak.
Ooh, is that cunning?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to use a luck on that one.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Gotcha.
I want to pass.
Okay. And what spell are you attempting to cast?
Sean is going to hold his wand up near Emmerich's face. And he is going to cast a pixie. Oh, a pisky. Sorry. A pisky.
A pixie. I turn into a little fairy.
And then I smash him with a book. No, I'm just kidding. No, a pisky. It's a minor healing spell.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a magic.
That is a 10 on the nose.
Hey, perfect. You are able to sneakily cast this spell, and you cast it on Emmerich, right? Okay. Emmerich, you all of a sudden feel magic being infused into your cut, and you begin to get panicked, and then you feel the wound closing up, and there is nothing left, and you can get rid of your injured condition.
Oh, whoa. Oh. Thanks, Sean. What was that for?
I don't know. Truthfully. Maybe I don't want you bleeding all over the books.
Well, speaking about books, as I kind of look over the... Are we up on the second floor, did you say?
You
Or-
are on the first floor.
The first floor, but she's kind of a
Kinda
ways
back towards
away.
the corner. She's a ways away.
Okay. Well, she's busy. You maybe want to go, as I gesture towards the restricted section. See what happened to that, Clay Buttons kid. They
Aren't you
say
afraid
that
we're gonna get...
they say that he disappeared in the restricted areas.
I
I feel
mean,
like that's a good place to start.
I know, but... Aren't you afraid we'll get in more trouble?
What more are they gonna do? We're already in detention.
Well, yeah,
They're
but what if
probably
they
gonna
give it
send
to
us
us
back
another
anyway.
day?
I'll get it again tomorrow no matter what, so...
Alright. Just 1 second. Emmerich's gonna go to the end of... Not Emmerich, sorry. Sean is gonna go to the end of this bookshelf. There's
Okay.
tables by these bookshelves, right?
Yes.
He's gonna kind of stack a couple of the books that we're supposed to like reorganize, and he's gonna sort of look around and he's gonna pull out what looks to be like a cigarette case. This is the best way I can describe it. How it kind of opens like this.
Okay.
But inside is not cigarettes. You see, there's 2 mirrors, like small rectangular mirrors, probably no bigger than an iPhone, right? And he's gonna take one out and he's gonna like position it on these books, lean it up so that like it is facing the librarian,
Okay.
and then he's gonna sort of come back to Arius and Emmerich, and he's gonna show them the other mirror in this little case. And looking through the mirror, you can actually see the one that's propped up and see the librarian.
Where'd you get that?
My brother. He picked it up a few years back before he graduated. He just sent it to me. Said every good 5th year deserves one of these things. For good or for mischief.
That's pretty cool.
I know. So hopefully we'll be alerted if she comes snooping. I know you're used to detention, but I'm sure not, and I don't want to come back here again.
You're getting the hang of it.
It's not too bad.
Following your lead.
All right. I'm
With
going
the
to cast
restrictions.
Alohomora. I'm assuming that it's locked, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to cast Alohomora.
Okay.
On.
Roll me a magic.
All right. Let's see if these physical dice are better than.
I'll say you have an additional +2 just because it's a first level spell. It's one of the very first spells you learned.
That'd be a 14.
With ease. You cast the spell and you hear they click as the door is now unlocked.
I can tell you do this quite often.
This school's pretty big. There's a lot you could do. You've never looked around, have you?
In the restricted section.
Yeah. Or anywhere.
I mean, I've looked around the library once or twice, yeah. But the restricted section, no. That's just for dark arts, weirdos.
Yeah. Well, it's got some weird things.
How does it feel to be a weirdo now, Sean?
I'll just shove it. Let's hurry up before we get figured out.
And then I'm going to kind of stand to the side. Follow you, then. Sean?
I'm gonna look over my shoulder and, like, absolutely not expecting, like this is new territory. Like, I'm a bully, but I'm not like a crazy rule breaker, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Sean's gonna pull out his wand because, like, he doesn't know what's back here. Like, maybe there's stuff he's gotta fight. And he, like, kind of like trembling pulls out his wand and then steps into the restricted section.
Okay. And what are you looking for?
I just want to, honestly, one of the first things that I want to see, I don't know how often the restricted section is used. Would there be, like, dust on the ground that we could maybe see some footprints or look for any sort of sign of struggle or wherever this
Ooh.
clay kid went? Like, I just want to, like, see if there's anything out of
Yes.
place.
Yeah.
Roll me a get what you seek.
I was thinking like maybe if there was like some books on the floor from like, you know, they had a book in their hand and, you know, someone took them or
Yeah.
stunned them or something like that.
Yeah. You can roll a get what you seek as well.
That's a 12.
Okay.
I like these physical dice way better, by the way.
Yeah, they're rolling good so
Yeah.
far.
I got an 11.
Okay.
Sorry, 12.
Nice.
Okay. Emmerich, you do notice there are several layers of footprints. There are several layers of not heavy dust, but enough that you can kind of pick stuff up. But there are a set that seems newer, more fresh. And so you begin to follow them, and they lead to a section that is about artifacts and lost treasures. And as you guys get into this section, you begin to look around, and Arius, you notice that there is one book that is slightly pulled out farther than the other ones.
What do we have here? And I'll slide it down.
When he says that, I'm gonna kind of like hurry and grab it, as if like I'm trying to see it first.
Okay.
Like, oh, saw it first. Yes. What's the name on the book?
It is Gringotts and the Treasures It Holds.
Okay.
I just picture, sorry, as we're like walking in, like, Sean, you go the other way, and I like travel this way, and then we go down step, and then he like, ooh, what do we? And you like, so you're like totally just following.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Question.
Yes.
I'm gonna flip through this book, and
Okay.
I'm gonna look for like a dog-eared page or like like anything that there is evidence that someone was looking at something specific. And because this is in like the artifacts historical section,
Mm-hmm.
can I add my favorite subject, history of magic, towards it?
Absolutely.
Because I'm assuming it's not just like magic, like as in like actual magic, but like a history of like magical people and like,
Yep. Absolutely.
you know,
I love it.
Okay, like which would include a history of Gringotts.
Yes.
You would learn
So I
about
get
the
to plus
Goblin
2.
Wars.
Oh, well, that didn't do me any good. That would be a 5.
Hey, you confidently take this book and let everybody know that this is your
Oh,
specialty.
no, hold on. Excuse me, Arius, but let the professionals at this. Now, did you know that Gringotts was founded over 5,000 years ago by a set of goblin brothers named Gerbert and Gullig? And did you know that they just started it with a mere halfpenny? That's it. Can you believe that?
No, I cannot.
And I'm
And-
like, as I'm flipping through the pages, I'm like, and it's like, well, absolutely like not understanding what I'm reading,
And
like
you
sort of
are, you're-
distracted by like this information that I kind of just trail off and I just like start reading some obscure section about how the scales were like refined to like unless that was where you were going for, but I assume it's not about scales.
Nope. So you
Until what?
you flip through this book and you're looking and you're looking and you begin to get a puzzled look on your face. And in Arius, you can see this, that the confidence is slowly dwindling and going down and down as he continues to look through this book and isn't finding anything of the sorts of specific page or whatnot.
And I think I'd be pretty stressed that I'm
Okay.
out underperforming. Is that all right?
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, if you guys ever want to call out conditions that you're like, I feel like I would do this, I am all for it.
Like I feel like there's a level of embarrassment, but I feel like I'm like trying to like now that I've realized that I'm not getting to where I thought I was going, I'm like frantically looking through the pages, like
Right.
under pressure, like, oh, I gotta perform in front of these guys.
Yep.
Let me help. It takes 2 weirdos to decipher some of these books.
All right, be
I
my
mean, can I
guest.
give him
But
can I give him like a help action, or I don't know how that works in here.
It depends what you want to do. Do you want to help him or do you want to take it over and attempt it yourself?
I was thinking help. Like we're kind
Okay.
of tag teaming it, teamwork.
Okay. Shauna, I will give you another roll. Forget what you seek.
sweet.
And you have the help.
So
So
plus
you gotta
one.
add a
from being
plus
helped.
1. Yes, sir.
Well, doesn't Arius have to roll to see if he helps me or
that
hinders
is
me?
true.
Yeah,
You
roll
are
a
correct.
loyalty.
Yes, so roll a loyalty check for me, Arius.
That would be a. Let me make sure that I got my roll. 4.
4. Okay, mark
Yeah.
a point of experience. I wouldn't say that there's a serious consequence. You're just not able to help him.
Right.
But I will give you one more
Roll.
roll for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Maybe
Since
it
he's
takes
kind of
3.
reinvigorated your confidence.
I'm gonna be like, no, I've got it. All right. Get your disgusting, grubby hands off.
I'm only trying to help.
I think Sean's bipolar.
Yeah.
Listen, I was stressed, and I have to say something hurtful to someone.
Ooh,
Get rid of it.
I love it.
Oh, I see.
I love it. What are you doing, Emmerich?
I would be kind of actually looking over my shoulder, checking that the lady's not coming back.
Yeah,
Maybe just doing
close,
general looks, but nothing too crazy.
How close are you to everybody else? Are you kind of with them, but just
I would
peering
be,
back?
yeah, I would stand at the side. So I'm guessing that they're on like a bookshelf, and they're somewhere in
Yes.
the middle. I'd be at the edge of the bookshelf.
Okay.
So I can fully see them, but I can also look this way and that way and see all the way down
Perfect.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
13. Okay, so as you kind of pull this book back from Arius, you take a deep breath and you kind of just let the book fall open. And it turns to a page that is about a locket. And you begin to read about this locket, and then as you look at this picture, you notice something odd about the picture itself. The picture of the locket almost appears to be not recessed, but
Elevated.
elevated, popping out in a sort of way.
I'm gonna try and grab it.
Okay. As you grab it, there is a flash of light, and you are all in a dark cavern. You still have the book
Sure.
with you.
I turned to Ares. What did you do?
Hey, what did I do?
What did you both do?
Yeah, what did we do?
It takes 3 to tango. Okay. Will you?
Oh, go ahead.
Everyone, calm down. We'll figure this out.
Look. The book fell open to here. Kind of seems like someone had it open this spot before. This locket, it looks like it was raising up over the pages. So I went to grab it out. And now we're here.
Do you think it's a port key?
Maybe try grabbing it again.
I'll try and grab it again.
Hey, you grab it again, and there is another flash of light, and you appear in the exact same position
It is a port key.
In the library
Wait,
or in the cavern?
in
Yeah.
the cavern. You guys are kind of
Um,
like in a, I would say, 20-foot wide by 25-foot deep kind of outcropping, and you can see towards the ledge that they're, well, you can't see too far. It is dark.
What doesn't make sense to me is if Clay took this book to this location, then the book shouldn't have been back at the library. It should have been with him, just like it is with us. So he likely came here and then found a way back.
I'm gonna cast Lumos.
Yeah.
Do a +2 since the first year.
And then all second year spells are +1.
12.
I like it. 5.
12.
Oh, 12. Easy. Lights up. And you can now see that there is an exit of this little outcrop, or cave that you guys are in, and it leads out to, you can see it go, and then there's a ledge, and it is just dark, eerie nothing from that. And there's probably a 10-foot walkway along the outside of this.
Well,
And oh, go ahead.
no, you're good. Like I said, there's a lot of weird things in there. For all we know, there could be another book back at the library. When you touched it again, it didn't take us anywhere new. Maybe
Good
it just
point.
made a new book. Hogwarts is a weird place, you know. As I'm kind of looking around this cavern.
Do you think we're still in Hogwarts? Perhaps we're in Gringotts.
Now that is a smart thing. That's probably the smartest thing you've said all night. And can I kind of walk over towards the ledge and point my wand off of it?
Yes. So you walk out to the edge of this drop off, and as you point your wand down, you see a chasm that drops and drops and drops into eerie nothing. And there is a ledge that you can walk up to your left or to your right, and as you look above, you can see walls that are continuing up, and you see different ledges and outcroppings, and you see a singular metal rail that is traveling in zigzags and roller coaster-ish patterns.
Good call on the Gringotts.
Do they have any railroads down in Gringotts? Do you know there, Sean?
Yeah. Can I roll a history?
Absolutely.
I'm guessing it's a gain knowledge.
Yeah.
Plus history and magic. Come on, show me sixes. That would be a 9.
You
So
do know that there is a rail system in Gringotts. You're not exactly sure if every bank has that, or if it's just Gringotts in particular. But you know that Gringotts does have one.
Well, Gringotts for sure has a rail system in it. But that doesn't mean we're not in a different kind of bank or place. And I kind of shut the book with a thud. So which way do you think Clay went? Left or right? Actually, before I shut the book, can I read more about this locket?
Yes. So as you open the book back up to this page with the locket, you can see
Henrik.
that there's a big
Henrik,
section
I need your
torn
light.
out of it. And on the very bottom of the page, written in ink, it says, "Do not touch."
You find
Never asked
anything
what was on the
new?
page.
No. This contains absolutely no information more than what we've already found out. And then, I abruptly close the book.
You would see that there are mentions of Slytherin. It doesn't mention any names in particular, but that someone years ago had this locket made, and they belong to Slytherin.
Seems as though someone from your own house had this locket made. But there's a page torn out of here. I think something describing the properties of the locket might have been removed. I'm not sure if it was Clay or someone before him.
All right.
I wish they would have put a bloody warning in this thing. As I shut it up. Yeah.
Rip the rest of the page out.
Yeah.
Throw it off the edge.
For safety.
Just
Just in
toss the
case.
book off the edge.
No, I'll keep the book.
Well,
Remind me
you
to burn this when we get back.
you see anything back there? The back of the wall there. There's no way
As
out.
As you glance around, you see a spot where water is dripping and a stalagmite is forming. But other than that, it is pretty barren. There's nothing but a layer of dust.
Well, suppose we got, 3 ways out. We got the left, we got the right, and we got the down. I'd prefer not the down.
Left
And
or
the
right?
left, you can see the left slope kind of goes upwards, and the right one kind of goes downwards. Not steeply,
But just kind of
Areas.
a gradual...
just kind of a gradual slope. But you can also see the other side of the cavern that there are a lot of these pathways, for lack of a better term.
Does the rock wall, does it look like it's been carved out? Or is it naturally formed?
It looks pretty natural from
Okay.
first glance.
Arius, left or right?
I say left.
Left it is then. I'm also going to cast Loomis on
Hey.
my wand.
At a +2, magic check.
Ooh. 10 on the nose.
And easily enough, you cast it, and it adds an even greater amount of light to the area. So as you all begin to travel up this slope, we're going to end the scene there, and we're going to jump forward a few hours of you guys traversing these caverns, and sometimes going up, sometimes going down, but eventually you make it towards a stone pathway like pavers that are placed out. And that's where we'll pick up.
Merlin's beard. How long have we been down here?
Quite some
5 hours.
time. You happen to look at your little mirror?
Blimey, I forgot. Hold on. I kind of like fish in my cloak for the mirror. What do I see?
You see that the library is dark.
Well,
Yeah, so
it's a good thing you left it there now, did you?
I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting detention again, boy.
I sure hope so.
All right, well. Or I guess we just continue on then.
You think this pathway up here is anything promising? It seems to be different than the one we've been on.
Is there? Sorry, did you say that we got to like some outcropping or something?
Yes. So you guys have been traveling on these ledges and these pathways for a long time, and as you come up on this one, it kind of widens out, and then you can see that there is a pathway that comes up to just the bare dust that you guys have been walking on, and it is more pavers that have been laid out.
So it looks like an
by the
actual like.
bankers. Yes, it
walkway.
looks like an actual pathway.
Well, I suppose we follow this. At least looks better than the walls.
That's fair enough. We've had enough close calls walking up here already. I'd be happy to get away from the ledge.
I agree.
Okay. And as you guys continue down this path for another 30 minutes, you come to a fork in this path, and on your left, you can see a cavern that has a greenish, bluish tint to it, like a emanating ambient light coming from it. And you can see that to the right, there is a red and orangish light emanating from that direction.
Sean, does that book there have a A map of some kind. Any sort
That's
of
great.
anything that can get us in the right place, you know.
That's a great question. Give me a moment.
I do think that I finally got my accent down. It
Oh,
finally
yeah,
came
dude.
back.
It finally came back. Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
good
dude.
to hear. Where's my brother
Where's
at?
my brother?
What do you mean he's lost?
We know where we were going the whole time.
And scraping gum for hours.
I'll flip through the book again, see if there's a map or any explanation of these ambient lights.
Okay. You flip through the book and kind of on a hope that you'll find something, but you know that there are no maps of Gringotts.
Mm.
And at this point, you guys are fairly certain this is where you're at. Gringotts is the largest, and you guys have been wandering for hours. So you're pretty confident that that's where you're at, and you know that the actual layout of all of this is a very, very tightly kept secret.
Emmerich, I don't know if we'll have any luck with it.
Well, it was worth a shot. You know, I just wish my brother was here. He's pretty good at these kind of things.
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a savant.
Yeah,
Despite being a little slow in the head for other things.
Yeah, he's not the brightest, but he's really good at magic and
Yeah,
figuring things out, you know.
a few flapjacks shy of a short stack.
Yeah, you could say that.
He does like flapjacks.
I know,
Who
I've
doesn't?
seen him. I've seen him eat 14 in one sitting before.
Oh, I've seen him do about double that when Mum makes
Which
them.
is crazy because you're the fat one.
All the viewers at home are
But
like,
I'm
"What are
really
they talking- How is
flexible."
there so much lore behind this?
Yeah, we did a. Oh my gosh, we did a Halloween thing just for us,
For
and
funsies.
oh my
Yep.
gosh, Connor's character was probably my favorite character that anyone has
He
ever
was
played
so
ever.
funny. He's so funny.
Maybe I'll bring him back someday.
Every time you do the voice, I just can't not laugh. Like, oh my
Oh.
gosh. I
I'm
think that's why
thinking-
my voice is gone.
That's
I'm
probably
thinking
why, yeah.
in the next campaign I'll play a barbarian that talks like this.
His name will
Good
be
meaning one.
Crane
He'll be nice, but fierce.
Cane Con.
The
I
Crane
would
Cane
like to
Corn.
rage.
I would
then when
like
he
to go
rages, he's
into a
like-
rage.
He just doesn't talk.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? Would you like to look around? Would you like to continue down one of these paths?
Well, I've actually got a question for Emmerich first. I've got 5 quid down on a bet with Charles. He says he could have sworn he's seen you stick your foot behind your head. And I say it's impossible, given your girthy figure.
What
So I was wondering. So I was wondering, could you put that to rest?
I'll do you one better. As I sit on the ground, and I'm gonna put both
You're
my
gonna do this
feet
now?
behind my head.
You might be large, but you are flexible, my
I'm-
friend. Just for everyone at home, there's a there's a section where is it about your
It's
wand?
about you. It's about. So there's one. So it has your your figure or whatever. Let's see what it's called. It's called frame.
Your frame.
And I rolled big on frame. But then my wand's look is flexible.
but we
but we
But it just says look. It doesn't say wand.
Yeah, it just says
That
look.
says look.
So we had it as I was large, but
flexible.
very
Flexible.
flexible.
Very flexible. The whole school
Everything-
knows
whole
about it.
The whole school
Everybody
knows.
knows about it.
It's so funny. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's great.
What a
I
funny
totally
character.
thought you were going somewhere. I was like, he's gonna ask me to roll something. Like,
Yeah,
let's
right?
No, no.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
I
I
sit
couldn't
down
resist.
and I put both my feet back behind my head. You see, it has nothing to do with my figure, but it's all about my core strength and my exercises. I do a lot of stretching, you know.
Well, consider me daft.
It's also a little
How
bit
long-
of a natural thing, kind of like my brother. With his magic, he got the magic, I got the flexibility.
Right, so he's stupid but really good at magic, and you're fat but really flexible.
But really
I
flexible,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, I see the contradictions there. I love it.
You know, it's kind of like a yin and yang kind of a thing.
Yeah,
But instead
yeah.
of
I got
two of us,
I got a
it's just
birthmark
us.
from my dad, and of course my mum's a witch. So
Well, none of us are perfect.
don't you dare talk about my mother like that. Sorry.
You good?
All right, well,
I've got a weird suspicion about these lights.
what are you thinking?
Well, green for Slytherin, blue for Ravenclaw, orangish yellow for Hufflepuff, and red for Gryffindor. Do you think it has any connotation to houses?
I mean, that makes sense now, don't it? So, I think we all can agree that we gotta go down the best one then. That'd
Well,
be
no, it's
the
actually
green one.
it's
The
it's
green
the
one.
opposite. We have to go down the worst path, which is the blue and
We go
and
down the
green path.
Hufflepuff.
I will give you that one. Yes, Hufflepuff, they're the worst. They're just
so
too chipper about
nice.
everything.
So nice.
So nice. It's like, can't you have one bad day? I mean, it seems fake.
Oh, I don't trust many of them.
Yeah, me neither. It's like they're putting on a front or something. That's besides the point.
But
I mean, Clay was a Ravenclaw, but it
Then
says
you-
that this.
didn't you say something about Slytherin being the one who made the book or something?
Well, the amulet,
Yeah.
the locket. Yeah, it was made for Slytherin. So, despite my better judgment, yeah, I think we ought to go down that.
You have anything to say, Arius?
Yeah, you've been
Yeah, I
awfully
think
quiet.
whoever made the locket was a pretty cool guy.
What if it's a death locket? What if this locket is the reason why 1,000 people were killed? Pretty cool guy.
Did it say that in the book?
Well, I mean, we just don't know anything about this locket. I think
I mean,
making
read the book.
assumptions that are pretty unfounded. I did. And first off, it says nothing about the locket other than it was made by Slytherin. And secondly, it gave absolutely no warning to the fact that it would pull us here. So
That seems
those are
kinda
two
weird.
things I know for sure. No need to read it again, because that's all we know.
I also love that I totally had that plan of like, it's gonna say this. So if they do read it, maybe they'll still want to touch it. But maybe they'll read it and then Jefferson's just like, I try and touch it. I was
I
like,
just touch it.
because I told you like you start skimming through it and stuff, and but you never said like, what does it say?
Yep.
Is it? Gotcha.
I love it.
Okay, which path are you going down?
The green one.
We'll go down Slytherin.
All right. So as you crest around this this pathway, you see that it narrows down into a smaller little tunnel, and you can see that this this green and blue glow is getting brighter and brighter until it opens up into a massive 200-foot tall cavern. And on the
Sorry.
go ahead.
As it like get narrows before it opens up, I turn back and I say, "Hold your breath, Emmerich. Might be tight."
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm just saying this cave's getting a little small.
Oh, right.
Look,
Don't listen to him, Emmerich.
cave. Emmerich, you see what I'm saying?
Perfectly average-sized cave.
Yeah, but he's a
We're a
perfectly
perfectly
above average sized
average-sized-
boy. But above average in flexibility, I will say.
Yeah.
This
Always
cave's got
above
nothing on you,
average.
Emmerich.
You what?
Nothing.
What you say? I just didn't hear you.
We should just move forward.
All right.
So as you all enter this massive cavern that is radiating this blue and greenish lights, you see that it is about 200 feet tall, about 300 feet across in a cylindrical shape. And on the far side, you can see a glittering gold and black door. And all about the room, there are these pod-like shapes that are green on the outside with spikes protruding from each of them. Each of the pods is about 5 feet all the way around, 6 feet all the way around, and there is 35 of them just floating around in the air, emanating this light from the inside of them.
Why am
And
I
this-
getting... I'm getting serious alien vibes from this right now.
Terrifying.
Are they attached to anything? Are they like floating?
They are not.
Okay.
They are just
Can I-
floating.
Can I search the annals of my memory and see if there's any magical historical precedent for these things?
Roll a gain knowledge. Yeah, roll a gain knowledge.
History of magic or just gain knowledge?
I think just gain knowledge straight.
All right, fair
I
enough.
don't think I can force this into
That's an 8.
an 8.
I'll ask you a specific question because that's what it says there.
Okay.
In our time at school, have we ever learned anything about what these might be? Whether it be in herbology or magic animal class?
You know that you have learned something about this seems familiar to a class that you learned in magical animal class.
That's what I was gonna ask. I think these are creatures.
I can't remember what creatures they are, though.
Arius, what's your favorite class?
My favorite class is charms.
Huh. So not the animals.
Nope.
Well, I reckon we just stay away from them and try to hide along the side. How bright is it out? Like, are these things, they're emanating light. Like, is it enough to, like, light the cavern?
Yes. Imagine like a cavern that has a bunch of bioluminescent mushrooms in it.
Okay.
It's an ambient light. It lights it enough that you're not tripping over rocks and such. But it's not like
Not like fine
Lumos.
details, kind of,
yeah. Lumos has given you the fine detail.
Okay.
But it's enough that you could go without it if you choose to.
The
Okay.
way that these are floating,
Okay.
are they like stationary, sort of hovering in the same location, or are they all moving each other
They
and floating around?
they are moving in a spiral sort of direction. So they
Okay.
are moving like a helix up
Okay.
around through the room, and then as they reach the top, you see that the next there's the ascending row and there's the descending row.
Descending, gotcha.
So they're kind of just continually doing this pattern going up very near the ceiling.
Okay. I'm gonna turn off
Lumos.
Lumos,
Okay.
Yeah, I would do
Nah,
the
I'm
same.
and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna try something. Might give us a better chance at walking over there, especially if these things begin to move.
All right. I'm gonna kind of step away from him, just in case
I
it calls
kind of-
attention to him.
What?
And I kind of like get ready myself, and I. Oh, where is it? I just had it. Sorry.
You're good. You cast the dancing hex
Yes, that's what I was gonna
on your two companions, and you make a run for the door.
Good luck, boys. Have fun doing the Irish. jig.
to run faster than you.
Hate my dust. No, it is Impedimenta, a slowing hex.
Roll me.
I'm gonna try and like make these things move more slowly, so we can easily avoid them.
roll a magic.
All right, come on. That is a 10.
A 10.
Right on the nose, yes.
Okay. As you cast this spell, you see that it takes effect, and that, interestingly enough, the split it into two sections. So the bottom 100 feet all begin to move at a slower pace. The upper ones begin to move faster. But then as they enter that range, it takes effect and they move slower. And
That
you
should buy
also
us a few
see
minutes.
that the light gets a little bit brighter.
That was pretty good, but I just hope it doesn't alert anyone to our whereabouts, you know?
I hope it does. I want to get out of here.
I don't know if we necessarily want to be caught in the middle of a bank. Or by ourselves.
Well, it beats disappearing in the bottom of a bank.
I think either way we're gonna be disappearing. This'll probably make detention look like a cakewalk. If you ask me.
Oh dear. Give me a minute. Feeling a little queasy. Oh.
It's alright. My uncle spent a year in Azkaban. He said it wasn't too bad.
What? What did he do?
Oh, I don't know. He doesn't talk about it much. Something to do with paint, muggles, and I think a tea party. That's all I've ever heard, though.
We don't talk about Azkaban.
Was-
Dog days. Dog
Was your-
days, Emmerich.
Was your uncle Crooked Khan?
Yeah, that's him.
Or I read in the paper about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lured a bunch of muggles into a tea party just to wipe their memory after forcing them to commit crimes.
That would make
Made them
sense.
drink paint. Lead paint.
I wonder what the paint was for. Oh well.
I have no idea. Maybe they stole paint.
It was a paint heist.
He always was the creative type. Anyways. Should we go on?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how... On a scale of 1 to us dying in Azkaban, where do you think we're falling at now?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on if we get caught. And what we get caught with. And I guess who catches us. And when they catch us. And how long they know we've been gone. I mean...
This is exhausting. You do this all the time, then.
Yeah.
Even in his sleep.
Well... I couldn't do it.
Well, not everyone's like me. Smart, you know.
And flexible.
And flexible. It helps
All
get
right,
me
let's
in
go.
and out of places, you know.
I'll start walking towards the door, slowly.
As you guys get towards the center of the room, keeping an eye on these pods that are floating around, you see in the middle of the room that there is a set of robes.
Robes? With a
Correct.
B?
Correct.
What do they look like?
They look very similar to your guys' school robes.
Like just on the ground?
Yes. They're about 60 feet from you right now.
Are they at like the center of this helix?
Pretty close.
Pretty close?
Pretty close to it.
I would like to... Let me try something. Guardian Leviosa. And I'd like to fluff up one of these robes. Kind of like hover it up. As if
Okay.
it were like a person or whatnot.
Yep. Make a magic. With a +2 additional.
14.
Okay. Easily enough, you cast this spell on this singular set of robes, and it lifts up into the air and is floating there, and you glance up at the pods, and they are still just circling around in their same pattern. And at this point, you see now that these robes are lifted up. You see a dark pool underneath them, and you see something dripping off of these robes.
Is it blood?
Oh, I think so.
Why is it always gotta be blood?
How many robes are there? Are there 3?
Just one.
Just one?
Does it have a Ravenclaw
Yeah.
sigil on it?
Do you guys bring it closer?
Accio robes!
Yeah.
The
Accio.
robes fly at you
Accio
at
blood.
intense speed, and you kind of have to move out of the way as...
Oh, I got a roll.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
spell.
All right. What level is that?
That's a 4th here.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Hey, so... All right, I'm going to do something a little different. So,
I love it.
instead of taking a point of experience, and I'm going to say that the spell succeeds. However, as you do Accio robes on these, they come flying at you way, way faster than you intended them to, and they slop all over you straight into the face. So if you want to take a condition for that, you can pick, but
Is it blood on these robes? Can I tell?
it is
Yeah,
very much
I
blood. You can
am.
immediately smell.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I hope you got all of your vaccinations.
Get it
Sean?
off me. Get it off me. Get it off me.
All right.
What are vaccinations?
You don't have to worry about it unless you have blood-soaked robes hurtling at you.
Well, I mean, we live in a magical world that basically cures all diseases. Why would we need vaccinations?
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Sean, as you were yelling to get these robes off of you and you slop them on the ground, you see that some of these closer pods begin to twitch. And then they float, and then you see one of them begins to open up. And you see, as this pod opens up, you see that the outside of this pod is the back of a creature. And on the inside of it is almost a beautiful blue and dark violet butterfly looking creature. However, you see that its skull is that of a canine. It is like a large dog with sharp teeth and it is just bone white ivory skull. As this creature looks at you and lets out a bone curdling screech.
I think it's time to leave.
I'm giving you guys a minute here.
Sean has already started running.
Yeah,
Like you say, I think it's time to run, and Sean he's scared. It's a -2 to bravery, so he is. You can just hear the pop, pop, pop of his footsteps getting further away in the cavern. But he is gonna grab the robes to take with him.
Which way?
He's running not towards he's running the direction that we came in from.
Okay.
Question.
Oh.
Is there a house symbol on the robes?
The robes are currently running away from you.
Is there a symbol on the robes?
There is. Ravenclaw.
I knew it.
Just thought I'd double check.
Yeah, Sean's running the other direction. He's going to
And
a
you
small tunnel.
you see Sean begins to dart back towards the way that you guys came, and you see more of these pods, these cocoons, for a better term, begin to open up, and these creatures begin to swoop and dive and begin to come at you. What are you doing, Emmerich and Arius?
Leaving.
I am going to pull out my wand
Okay.
and cast Evansko on
Ooh,
myself.
What is that?
It is a vanishing spell.
Ooh,
was good.
nice.
That's crazy.
Okay, roll a magic check.
Come on. 11.
Hey, easily enough, you cast this spell on you, and you begin to fade away from sight. Arius, what are you doing?
I was actually gonna do the exact same thing.
Hey.
Can we make it like a double team thing, Tyson, where we like tap our wands together and we do it at the same time?
Like we've done this hundreds of times.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, like you know.
Yeah, we just like look, tap,
Get in
tap.
Trouble.
Yeah.
I love it. Hey, roll a magic check. Poor Sean.
I know.
13.
Oh.
13. Okay. Same thing. You whip out your wand, you cast this on yourself, and you to vanish from sight. And what are you guys staying there? Are you
I
running
want to go
towards the
check out the
door?
door. I want to go to the door. So the opposite way that Sean's going.
Okay.
I think Sean's gonna get eaten.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
So you two begin to make your way towards this door, with Sean running full speed towards this exit. Sean, is there
Yep.
anything that you want to do? These creatures are now beginning to swoop down towards you. Probably 10 or 15 of them have woken at this time.
How close are they?
They are 80, 90 feet away.
Okay. I want to wait until I'm in like the smaller cavern.
Okay.
And once I get into the smaller cavern, I'll kind of turn around and like still backpedaling, cast a quick spell, and then keep running.
Okay. What are you going to cast?
I am going to cast. Hold on.
I love how the...
Incendio.
Ooh, all right.
Air conjuring spell. And the
Okay.
reason why I wanted to go to the smaller cavern is because I want to like fill the small cavern with fire so
Yeah.
that the flames do fire to get to me.
Love it.
Bottleneck. Use those
and- yep.
D&D tactics.
Yep, you
That's
know
right.
it. It is a year 2 spell.
Okay.
So
Plus
it's plus 1 on top. So I've got a plus 4. So I'm hoping to get at least a 6 on the dice. Ooh, that is a 13.
Ooh, let's go. Okay. So as you back up into this cavern, you turn around and also I will say that you can get rid of your scared
Ooh,
um,
just because I ran
By-
away.
by trying
By
to
running
avoid
the other
something
way.
difficult by running the opposite direction. I will say that you can remove your scared. Getting put into this place where you know you can hear them flapping behind you and getting closer and closer, and you know that there is not much time. You turn around and you cast Incendio, and right as you see a bunch of these creatures, these swooping evils, come down into this cavern. That's what they're called if you guys want to
They're
look them
literally
up.
called
They're literally called swooping
evils.
evils. They are horrifying.
They're a Harry Potter thing?
They are a Harry Potter thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm looking them up right now.
I'm too
So-
scared.
As these creatures begin to fly into here, kind of curling their wings in so that they can get just enough draft to get through here, you cast this spell and you just hear shrieks and cries as these creatures begin to burn, as you see bits and pieces of them fall towards you, unmoving and burning.
Oh, they had one of them was in one of the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never even seen it.
I can't
I've
remember
never
which
seen those
one,
movies.
but yeah, that's crazy. Those things are wild.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually like super evil. I don't know. I was just going through a list and I was like looking for something that looked like it would live in a cave, and I was like, that looks like it would live in a cave.
No, that's
It's
awesome.
literally called a swooping evil.
I'm pretty
Yep.
sure it's evil.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're nice.
It might be.
Maybe they're just trying to do what's best for them.
They're misunderstood.
Sean, is there anything else that you would like to do?
Yeah, Sean's gonna start walking down to the red and yellow room.
We're gonna cut over to. We're gonna cut over to Emmerich and Arius. What are you two doing?
Making our
I
way
will
to the
I'll-
wall.
Yeah.
Or to
Hey,
the door.
I'll describe this. So you see about 15 of these creatures swoop down towards where you guys came from, and then you see a blast of fire emanate from the tunnel. And as it does so, the creatures that were headed that way begin to bank and turn and swoop around the room. And you see that as you guys are walking towards here, I'm assuming being pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are invisible. I'm not going to make you run do a hide and sneak. You see that these creatures circle for a minute, 2 minutes, as you're making your way towards this doorway, and then slowly they all begin to curl back up into their pods, into their cocoons, and begin resuming their spiraling.
Well, either Sean... This is me whispering. Either Sean, blew up, or he figured it out, and he's okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 50-50.
But I kind of want to go see what that door is.
So do I.
And then we'd continue until we got to the door.
Hey, so as you get up to this doorway, you can see that it is beautiful. Have either of you ever been into Green Gods?
Maybe like the front lobby once or
I
twice,
would-
but most of the time it's probably my parents that go.
Okay.
I think I would say yeah.
Okay. Arius, you've seen more common vaults that are kept here in these
Right.
banks. This doorway is ornate and beautiful. It stands out more than any other door that you have seen in this entire bank that you've been in, which isn't a big portion of it, but you know that this is magnificent. It's about 25 feet tall, 10 feet wide. It's got beautiful filigree of dragons and phoenixes going up the side of it. There is a plaque at the very top that says 1.
You think that's the first vault ever made?
If it is, I feel like it'd be really odd to make this one the first one for some reason. I don't know why. If they made the first one the nicest.
Why not? I want to check
I mean,
and
it-
see if it's unlocked, even though I have a high suspicion that it's probably
Hello, Hamora.
You go to open it and you don't really see anywhere to open it.
locked.
It's not a handle. It's not really anything.
I'd like to kind of put my hand on the door and kind of move around, see if there's any sort of indents or buttons or anything. I don't want to like push it.
Okay.
You know, if there is a button, I don't want to be pushing so hard that it pushes it, but I want to feel and just see if I can figure out what's in this or what this door is.
Okay. Roll a get what you see.
Oh boy. 7.
Hey, you. Let's see. Okay, you begin to kind of lightly look around on this, see if there's any mechanism, and as you are looking about, you feel a wave of magical energy, kind of almost like when your ears pop when you're going up in elevation. You can kind of feel it just like pop. And you're not too sure what it was. You've never encountered a spell of that sort.
Maybe you try put your hand right here. Eros.
Okay. Sure.
What do you suppose it is?
I don't know.
Does he feel the same?
Nope, it doesn't do it again.
Did you feel it?
No, I didn't feel anything. You sure you're all right?
No, this door. What
You know,
what
blame you.
shape was my hand on when I felt the pop?
Just kind of your palm out, but it was maybe 10 seconds after you were messing with it that you felt this pop or this change in the energy.
Okay, and was it on like part of the door? Was it on like a dragon or anything specific like that, or just kind of?
You'd be able to remember at what point you felt it, and you put your hand there again, and kind of hold it onto it, and nothing happens. Hey, we're gonna switch scenes real quick. We're gonna go over to you, Sean. Sean, as you are coming out of this this small tunnel, you see that as you come out and creep around the outside, you see that coming from the red and orange other pathway, you see several figures running towards where you are. You're muted.
Do they look human?
Two of them look human, one of them looks smaller. You would know it to be a goblin.
And I say, okay, I'm actually going to try and cast a spell.
Hey?
Sorry, hold on.
You?
Dang it. I don't have that one. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to say I'm not going to cast a spell, actually. I will, however, say, help, please help us.
You see that these figures whip out their wands and point them in your direction. The two figures do, and the goblin kind of takes a step back. What are you doing here? Show yourself.
I kind of like have my hands up, my wand is in one hand, the bloody Cloak is on the other hand.
Yeah.
What I say? And I'm covered in blood. I know this looks really bad, but I promise that I just found it like this. My name is Sean Gallagher. I'm a 5th year at Hogwarts. And then I'm gonna kind of like drop my wand, pull out the book, and I'm gonna say, and this book is a port key that took us here. There's 2 other students that are in grave danger.
Where did you find that book? You notice that both of the men, upon seeing that book, their eyes kind of look in bewilderment as they see this book.
The library.
What's the library?
The Hogwarts library.
You don't say. And one of the men begins to lower his wand once you drop yours, and he begins to walk towards you. And the other man says, "Well, thank you for taking us this far. Avada Kedavra." And he points it at the goblin and kills. You see a flash of green light as this goblin freezes up and falls to the ground. The first man says, "If you would just do us a favor and hand over that book."
I immediately throw it at them.
He picks up the book. "Thank you very much, Sean Gallagher. But I'm afraid that we can't just simply let you go."
Is there a ledge anywhere close by?
No, there's not a ledge. This kind of came up onto a bigger platform, and then you guys were on that for a long time, and it led into just more of like a cavern, but not so much
Gotcha.
ledges and chasms.
Gotcha.
And you see that this wizard begins to raise his wand at you.
Please, please. I'm gonna drop to my knees and I'm gonna
Okay.
start crying. I'm gonna say, please, please spare my life, please. Oh, please. And I'm gonna like start like ugly crying, like head on the ground, like ugly crying, like bent in half. Please, 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 please stop. Please.
Make a get what you seek check.
Okay.
I did not expect you to just freaking throw the book at him and stuff.
You know, I was like,
I just
how's he gonna get out of this? He's like, no,
I
you're
listen.
taken.
Listen. One, my bravery is 0 right now because I'm hexed.
What kind of a Gryffindor has a
Listen,
has a zero
listen.
bravery?
I'm hexed because I failed my spell against you. All right. 2, I'm at a -1 loyalty. I'm not loyal to anybody here except for myself.
I love it.
So I rolled.
You're in the wrong house.
Listen.
You should have been a Slytherin.
I know I should have been. I have the personality for both, but I barely
Ooh.
test to be Gryffindor. So, here's the thing.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Okay.
And I know that's only a partial success, and that's fine. Because as I was like groveling, I wanted to have like grabbed my wand that I dropped.
Okay.
And then like quickly cast a spell up at them.
Hey, what are you gonna cast?
Incendio.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot fire at him. Worked
Okay.
for me once before.
Perfect.
Okay, that's a 10.
Let's go. Okay. So
Actually,
as
it's an 11.
very nice. Okay. As you are down on your knees, just whimpering and crying, you see that the wizard that killed the goblin is back there searching for something on the goblin's body, and he says, "Oh, I found it. Here it is." And he puts something in his pocket, and this wizard up front says, "Oh, Sean Gallagher. I see how you plead for your life. And
Please, spare me.
I
Please.
will not kill you,
Oh, please,
but I am
Please.
sorry that I have to do this."
please. Incendio!
And right as you do that, you hear him saying, "Obliv!" right as you cast Incendio, and you erupt this area into flames. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna full sprint back down the hallway where I just ran from.
Okay. Okay, so you full sprint into this room. I'm assuming you're just tearing across.
Oh, I am. I'm
Okay.
actually like, as I'm running, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna try one last thing before I run in, and I'm gonna point my wand and I'm gonna say Accio book.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll for that.
That's a 9.
Hmm. Hey, I'm gonna say that you cast Accio on this book. The book begins to fly through, and as it comes through the flames, it kind of begins to catch fire.
Okay.
But it does come to you, and you catch it, and you're able to pat it out, but some of it is burned.
All right. Injured. Am I injured from that?
I
Or
don't think
the book
so.
is just burned.
The
Okay.
book is just burned. You're not
All right.
injured.
Okay. I. Okay. I use the bloody cloak to like pat it out. And I'm
Okay.
just full sprint, and I'm yelling. Emmerich! Arius!
And you both turn, and you see Sean full sprinting as fast as he can straight towards you guys.
I'm gonna, without becoming uninvisible, I
Okay.
would like to pull my wand out and just do a quick like Lumos flash,
Okay.
and then have
Okay.
it go away, just so that he knows like we're over here, but I'm still hiding from the bug thingies, the bat.
Perfect. Okay, so Sean, as you're running, you see a flash of a Luma spell going on and off over
Okay.
towards the door.
I'm going to continue to sprint in that direction, and I'm going to do a quick Protego on myself,
Okay.
which
And-
is the shield person spell.
Perfect. And as you are screaming and yelling, you see that these cocoons begin to open up, and these creatures begin to fly around. And are you just continuing to run straight at the door?
Yep.
Okay. As you get close to this door, Emmerich, you once again, as Sean gets close to this door, you kind of sense that same energy that is building up in your ear. And as Sean gets about 10 feet within this door, you hear, and the door opens up.
What are you running from?
I run past them
Yes.
into this room.
Yes. Yes.
And breathlessly I say, murders, murders.
And I'd kind of quickly look around and then jump into the room as well.
Hey,
I'll follow.
as you guys enter this room, you look back and you see that these doors begin to shift and put themselves back in place just as you see two figures step out of the cavern where you guys had come from. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez Louise.
I hope it was fun.
Oh, it was.
Okay. Well,
There's got to be a part 2.
There's
got to
gonna
be a
be a
part
part
2.
There's got to be a part 2. Sorry
know
that
it.
went a little late. I didn't even realize that it's almost
All right.
midnight.
It's a
So,
one shot. We're fine.
thank you so much for joining us. Please go check out our other content if you enjoyed this. We have multiple seasons of Theros. We have Strahd that is run by Tyson. Theros is run by Jefferson. We have plenty of one-shots. Go check out our social medias. Follow us, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're watching on YouTube. Leave us a comment. We love the comments. We will reply to you. We discuss them. We hype each other up like, did you read that comment? And we love it. So please interact with us. We love you guys. And yeah, as always, we love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.